Yeah, kind of just getting right into it.
Yeah.
Recording already.
Oh, you are?
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Pretty.
I'm super stoked to be here, Andy. Yes, I love this.
Need anything too official, but we might have some gems drop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hot.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
And then
It's like when you go, you never know what you're going to find, you know? So,
Exactly.
yeah.
How long you been doing the media stuff?
Yeah. So, when I was like 12 years old, I was really fortunate to work with a little magazine in Huntington Beach called HB Cole.
Nice.
And it was ran by this guy named Kevin Ashford, a guy who I work with. And it's a really nice guy. And what he did is he gave me these little magazines, and the raddest like mags. They're like this big, and they had dual covers. So like each issue was released with 2 different covers. And it was really, really cool. So like, you know, it was just it appealed to a broader audience. And basically I would go to like Duke's, I'd go to Jack's, I'd go to random like, you know, businesses and drop off these mags. And it was really rad, you know. It's kind of like how I got tied in with just editorial, I guess you could say, or just kind of learning more about publications and stuff.
Nice.
Yeah.
Super interesting.
Yeah.
So, for those who don't
Yeah.
What's it?
And
we've known each other for a long time.
Yeah.
That's what we were in.
Yeah, dude. A while. 3rd grade. Yeah.
wow.
Yeah.
Oh, I remember that.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So this was one of Alex Chandler introduced me to Andeaux back when we were little kids.
Yep.
And I just have fond memories of us hanging out in the pool.
Interesting.
Yeah. Yes. Yes.
Ups and around being kids.
So fun.
Yeah.
Like we had like the funnest like times there. It was so rad. Such a rad place to like grow up, learn, and hang.
So grateful to be able to grow up with those two. And they're doing stellar now. You stay in touch.
Epic. I love them. So like, dude, I hope they're just going to the moon.
Yeah.
Like they're like,
It's always had that ambition.
yes.
They're still chugging.
Yes.
It's need to have them on the show.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Just rad.
Dude, yeah, they're
with
so
energy.
smart. They're so kind. Yeah, they're smart, kind, driven.
I just remember they would always have that little ramp out front their house.
Yeah.
Just like all day, every day. Someone just pull up and skate it. Yeah.
I was,
Amazing.
yeah, it was really rad.
So your business. Tell us a little bit about what your business is.
Yeah.
What it's called. What do you do?
Yeah. So basically, I have.
And sorry to interrupt. Keep the mic a little.
Yeah, of course, whatever's
Yeah,
best for you guys. Is this okay? Is this thing on?
That's cool. Yeah, sounds cool.
Rad.
Let's check.
Okay, cool. Yeah. So sweet. Yeah, it's it's called AXB International.
Be internet.
Yes. That's a great question. So it's pretty simple. It's kind of like just like my initials, you know, like Andeaux Borunda, and kind of like an X. I have an X in my name, or you know, you can kind of like join the 2 together. So it's just like AXB International. Yeah. Yeah.
Let's work with local small businesses, or that's what I mean. From my knowledge, I mean, I'm still kind of just getting to understand your business.
Yeah, like you nailed it. Like pretty much like we're serving small businesses in Orange County. So we've worked in like real estate, action sports. We're working with like a cafe. We're working with like nonprofit organizations, and we're just super blessed. You know, we get to just help out, you know, kids. We get to help out the community, and we really want to just give back. And so that's what we're really about. You know, I think businesses should be used to have a big impact on their community in positive ways. So, you know, just as like, you know, love your neighbors yourself, you know, and just, you know, always try to be there for them. And, you know, as a business, you know, it's so very important to serve our community, you know.
Right.
Yeah.
What's like the funnest project you've worked on?
Wow. Every day super fun.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
different, huh?
Every day super fun. Yeah. You know, it's just like, it's really cool. Just serving people.
Right.
I just love that. You know, I think it's just like giving back to the community is always really rad. You know, yeah. So it's like, just like seeing like kids smile, like, you know what I mean? It gets me like super stoked. You know, like I was at the West Coast Board Riders event over the weekend in Ventura, and it was super rad. Yeah, it was super rad. Yes. And so, yeah, it was really rad. And it's just pretty much like a regional event for like Ventura, like Santa Barbara. Yeah, super rad. And then just it was just really, really cool. Like San Mateo was there. And it's like all these different groups coming together and surfing competitively. And it was just really, really rad. And There's a beach cleanup there, so we documented that, and it's just all about helping. It's about helping the environment too. Yeah.
Are you guys primarily in like video, or is it like, and you talked about like publishing and all that, but are you guys focused on video as of now?
Yeah, so it's essentially, like we believe that video optimizing for mobile content is very good. It has a lot of high bandwidth. So that's what we want to do. But we totally like photography too.
Yeah.
Photography is an art, and I think it should be, continue to be used, and, capturing a moment in time is so rad, and reflecting on it
Right.
is really, really cool. I respect it, the craft.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I know. Myself, I've been editing and recently filming for probably last 8 years. I started with like Call of Duty montages back in the, I mean, it's more popular than ever now, but
Yeah.
back in the, oh yeah.
Wow.
You don't want to be on the
Oh my gosh. That's so rad.
But it was
That's
cool.
so
Back
rad.
in the day, everyone wanted their videos up, and I could only play on the weekends because my dad's like, no, like only weekends, like, focus on school. So it's like, I don't have enough time to be getting cool clips like everyone, so I'm just gonna edit. And then started to get good at that, and I guess the past 3 years started to do like real life, like restaurants, and now personal trainers, pretty much everything. And that's kind of how we came. Yeah, Phoenician. I work for a cannabis grinder company,
Okay.
and so it's really cool to see business results tied to video.
Right.
And I think that's the coolest thing, probably as of recent, like me being at creative,
Yes.
is like seeing the results, whether it's building brand or like directing sales, and kind of leads to what we've been doing, and relates to yourself. But how many are you by yourself, or you have a team?
So yeah, I'm really fortunate to have a team, and it's like 7 people.
Oh wow.
So it's just really cool, like marketing, sales, as well as data analytics, and it's just cool. I really believe in just like serving our team, and like, cause think about it, right? If you're building a business, and I was talking to someone about this yesterday at a bookstore, and I was thinking like, if you're working with people in the business, you're investing, into their time, and into the resources that they have. And so might as well make every day count, every moment count with them, and making sure that they're getting like the right training, and that they're learning really, really great lessons day to day. So I really believe in helping equip our team.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
such a great quality to have in leader, where the leader doesn't only care about the results, but actually cares about the people in the company.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That company culture is going to be what drives success at the end of the day. So hats off to you for keeping that at the front of your mind.
Yeah.
Thank you,
It's all
Sam.
about culture.
Thank you.
Tell us more about like your role as it's grown, and probably in the beginning, of course, you're doing everything, but what's your day-to-day look like managing 7 people?
Yeah. So it's actually like really fun. It's like some people think it's like stressful and stuff, but it's really not as stressful when you think like, okay, like how can I help my team? Because it's like we're all like growing and learning together. So it's like it gets me stoked because I have like lessons that I've learned in life that I can pass on to save them time, and that's what I believe is super important. It's just like saving time and helping them just continue to grow. So if they need like books, if they need like a training course, if they need help with anything, and if it's in our means to do so, then we'll definitely help help fund any of their endeavors or any projects that they want to help pursue. So
Nice.
yeah, definitely.
And the more skilled your team is, the overall, the better the whole system works.
Yeah,
Easier on
yeah,
you.
absolutely.
How about any challenges scaling? Tell us about the challenges you've had.
Challenges, I guess it's a challenge. I think, just continually learning and growing, every day. And, sometimes, you're going to have, like challenges, like, it might be raining, and, some people are like, just want to chill and hang out. But, sometimes you got to be like, okay, it's raining. Great. Like, I'm going to go, go find some businesses. And so it's like, in that is like, it's fun. Actually, you just grow through it, and then, you're doing more and you're optimizing your time. So, I think that's really fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love how you turned it into such an optimistic thing. It's a great way to... Yeah.
Well, I'm super stoked to be here with you guys. So this is rad.
Much to have.
Yes. Telling John after our meeting the other day, dude, we need him on the podcast.
Yeah.
Yep, you're gonna love this guy, and so I'm really happy that we're making this introduction, getting it on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So cool. What's up, guys?
Have you ever been on podcast?
This is my first time.
Really?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Our first guest. Yeah, right. Oh no, we had like a mock. He's one of our friends though, just to get the tech up. But you're like our first official guest, really.
Rat.
And he's been helping out a couple other buddies in their podcast. But that's their project. So offer the space, the technical know-how,
Love it.
a little bit of creative direction here and there. Some people, they want to do something so bad, and me too. I'm the same exact way. I want to do something, but I don't know how.
Right.
Sometimes it's hard to start.
Yes.
Which is the most important part, is just starting. We like to try and offer that guidance to friends who want to have a podcast, could talk for hours, are super animated, but just don't necessarily know where to put that creative energy.
Right.
And I think that's so important as a creator and just as a human, because I feel personally that all humans have the ability to be creative. And so being able to channel that energy somewhere positive is kind of another way of helping your community.
Yeah.
So that's what we've been doing with this little podcast set up here. I mean, we got the equipment, got the location.
So cool.
Yes, mine as well.
You just got to film. Yeah. It's been really fun.
That's so rad. So cool.
Yeah.
Have you been surfing at all lately?
Yeah. So I surfed over the weekend. That was really fun.
Did you surf in the event?
I didn't surf at this event. But it'd be rad to surf in the future event. We'll see. It's really competitive, but it'd be rad to do. I was super stoked to be there. It's super fun. Yeah.
We actually are in talks with a surfing
that's right. Yeah.
event that's going to be happening in Huntington Beach. It's
Cax Bro.
How do I explain it? It's like a non-profit surfing organization where a bunch of different surf companies come together to have an event. They're doing demos with like boards and wetsuits and just having an event for surfing on the beach.
Yeah.
And so we're interested in we're kind of dipping our toes in that market as well. I mean, they just need help with simple things like running ads, gaining traction to the event.
That's so cool.
Yeah, we should definitely talk about it later.
Yeah.
If there's any way we could like partner up or I can make
yes. Yeah. I love that. Yeah, for sure.
a lot of people doing a lot of cool things.
Yeah, totally, right?
Hot market.
Yeah. It's really neat. It's super cool, just like, just seeing what everyone's doing. It's really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So tell us about like your offer. Love to know how, say if I was a cafe and either you came to us or I came to you, and like, what would you do for us, in terms of media?
Yeah. So we're kind of like a full house, like marketing house. So we offer like, social media marketing, like SEO, pay-per-click advertising, web design, event management, videography, photography, and we back that up with data analytics. So that's kind of like some of the stuff we do. And so we're really stoked to just, help grow these businesses, with their brand and share in the right way and do it, to help them be more connected with like their whole community. So that's what we're stoked to do.
And do you tailor your package? Say if someone didn't really need a full service, do you break up your services? And, if they only need video and ads, is that something you do, or you kind of just provide the full package?
Yeah. So like, it's like essentially like what's really important is to build something and deliver it to your client that is built and tailored for them.
Yeah.
Because you want to find something that is like best for them. So basically, if they want to focus more on videography, then you want to go for mobile optimized content. If they want to do more ads, then you're going to want to do more like Facebook ads, Instagram ads, and do those techniques that will get them the most engagement, built around mobile optimization. So that's also really important. If they want other services, it just totally depends on what else they want. If they're interested in search engine optimization for their e-com store, we can certainly help out with that. If it's also doing like web design, we definitely can do that as well.
Yeah.
But we kind of offer like we offer like a full range of marketing services.
That's
Yeah.
very cool.
Yeah. No.
And now that you have your team, what's your main? Are you mostly in sales or just operations, or are you kind of hands off now and just? But what's your, I guess, focus on in the business?
Yeah. So basically, like what I do is like sales is like really important, right? Because like in all aspects of business, you know, you're building connections, you know, you're talking with people, you know, you're making sure that they're satisfied, you know, and you're also doing it like with the, you know, making sure that you're on the right mission. So communication is super important. So like, you know, what I do is like a lot of sales, obviously. So, you know, that's going out to businesses, meeting with business owners, you know, meeting with their customers, which is super exciting, and just making sure that they're satisfied.
Yeah.
Trying to get a feel for how the operations of the business goes, and then just keeping my finger on the pulse, so to speak, and making sure that people are getting satisfied. Yeah. Yep.
Do you ever give content topics and ideas, and are you the one who shoots the content ever? Or how does that work if they said, hey, we want to start producing more videos?
Right.
Where do we start?
Right. Yeah, that's a great question. So we do media production in-house, and then we also do UGC, user-generated content, because it's super important to build in with your community. You know, user-generated content is really great because you're actually, I think we actually talked about this. You know, like your customers are actually using the product in real life, and so that's exciting to see them use it. You know, and just and showcasing that with our community. So that's what we want to do too.
Drive more user-generated content. What ways can a business do that? I can imagine maybe offering a discount if you make a post or something along those lines. Is that something you ever kind of mess with, or what? How do you get customers to create content?
Right. So like outreach is key. So like, you know, and you mentioned sales. So like basically you want to cultivate that sense of community. You want everyone to feel welcome, you know, first off, you know, and like, you know, you want to build a product that people are stoked about. And then, so that's, you know, one of the things you want to do. And then just making sure that you're staying connected with those people. And then also giving, you know, giving is so important, you know, you know, and I'm trying to teach my team about this. You know, with your time and your resources and sharing that, and then people feel it. You know, people feel if you're on the right mission or not. And then, you know, if it resonates with them, then they'll share it. And you just always want to share it with positivity. And, you know, and I really do believe that. And, you know, Sam, I know you do that. So I'm super stoked. You know, I just feel that, you know, I feel like I feel positive around you. So it's super good, you know? Yeah.
Positive.
That's the vibe, man.
The power of positive thinking is,
Yes.
The good vibe tribe.
So
That's funny. That's cool. So,
Yeah.
Just to dig deeper on the user-generated content, you know, the outreach, is it, you know, you as a company communicating through the brand, whether it's Instagram, Facebook? Are you reaching out to people that have purchased and saying like, you know, can you film a video that we can repost, or what does that process look like?
that's such a great one. And it depends on like the product that you're selling. You know, I think what you want to do is, you know, anytime, you know, you give out some free product, it's always great to encourage people like, hey, give us a follow. Hey, maybe share this on your story, you know, like post this on TikTok, you know, share this on Facebook. You know, like you definitely want to encourage that so that they end up doing that, you know, and then in essence, you're creating a network effect. So by building the network effect, then they tell their friends, and then their friends become prospective customers, and then they end up, you know, getting more interested, and then, you know, learning more about your culture, your brand, and everything. And then they want to join it, and then they want to grow with it, and they want to be a part of that experience, which you want, right? You know, you want to build something to last, you know?
Right.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
and with the offering, lack of a better term, free merchandise or time, you know, that's a good way to get people interested. The initial kind of lizard brain in someone's head is like, oh, free.
Right.
That's the initial draw, pulling in.
Yeah.
And then, again, bringing to their awareness, hey, we'd really appreciate, share, like, follow, because that's another thing. You know, if you ask someone to follow, they're much more likely to do it rather than you don't ask them. So you get the draw and then you have the ask. And I can fully see how that creates the network effect and enables people to better understand the community.
Yeah, absolutely.
They're in the door, then they can start looking around and seeing, oh, I like that painting. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
You have some cool gems over here. Like, I should buy.
Yes, absolutely.
I made a good Instagram post the other day that resonated with me about the website is kind of like the storefront.
Yeah.
You know, you want someone to greet you when you come into the store.
Right.
And you want the person to have, you know, a bunch of things to look at and have a good overall impression when they walk into the store.
Yes.
And that's similar to a website.
Yes, sir.
And so I'm excited. We've hired AXB.
Yep.
Oh, it's you. Oh, okay.
Yep.
Oh, great.
Yep.
Cool.
Yeah.
No, I thought it was someone else.
Yeah.
So we're super stoked and to see what that looks like. And I mean, I fiddled around on, you know, I did some Instagram detective work, right? And then saw some of the coffee shop and a few other like abstract filth stuff.
Yeah.
Which was that your brand?
Yeah, that's mine.
Yeah.
Abstract filth.
Yeah, it's still going.
Yeah.
Dude.
Yeah.
I love abstract filth.
What is it exactly?
Thank you so much.
Is it merch?
That's so nice of you. Thank you, man. Appreciate that.
The title, the name of the company. I mean, I wore your abstract. You sent me a hoodie back in when I was in Santa Barbara.
Yeah, that's right.
I wore that thing all the time, and I got my homies because it was just a plain white hoodie, and it said "Abstract Filth" on the front.
Right.
That name is perfect for what
you.
yeah, like abstract
And filthy.
art essence of like this higher end, right? Like people who are this tend to like have a more cultured point of view, if you will, but then that feel to like have the dichotomy. Yeah. What inspired you to make that name?
That's a great question. Yeah, that's a great question. So basically, because people were wondering about the name, and so like basically, like abstract, I think it was kind of it's virtual. So like being online, it was something that was matter that was virtual, I guess you could say. And then filth kind of came from like kind of like an Australian saying, like, oh, like that's like filthy, like that's sick, that's bad. So like kind of putting those two together is kind of how it came together. Yeah,
nice. And what have you been doing merch drops or? Because I haven't really been. I don't know. It's just not popping up on my feed or what the deal is.
Right. So we're still like building content. But as far as like doing clothing designs, we're more than happy to design like some threads. If you guys are interested, we'll do it for you guys.
Cool.
For sure. Like we'll do something custom for you, and if you we can work with you and just find something that you like. And then, and make that, we want to make threads that people love, and people just want to wear, day in, day out, so, yeah.
And you supply like the fabrics, or if we came to you with like a box of like 300 hoodies or like print on this, please?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Both ways?
Yes, absolutely.
That's sweet.
Yeah.
I realized
Keep that in mind.
Abstract Bill was also kind of a clothing production business.
Yeah.
I thought smart. It's a company that you sold your merch. You could wear some sick clothes, but it had abstract built on it.
Everything's full service.
This is to other companies.
Smart.
Well, we've been really fortunate to like just like connect with people, and like it's just like the raddest thing ever when you can just like build something and then people can be a part of it.
Yeah.
Like you're just like building this sense of community, which is super rad. I get really start to see people, like wear gear.
Yeah. That's sweet.
Yeah.
So I'd kind of like to get into, I know you touch on how you lead your team and what your role is, a lot of the communication and just teaching them what you've learned. Could you touch on what, if you do have one, maybe morning routines or things that you do just to keep your mental health up or keep yourself growing, habits that you would like to share?
Absolutely. So yeah, like in this day and age, there's like so many like things out there, you know what I mean? Like you got people like, trying to tell you different strategies and trying, oh my gosh, what's the right one? So what I think what's important is to stay rooted. I think that's the most important part. I think like being in nature is really, really good. You know, whether, you know, if you're going for a walk, you know, or
Just at the beach before here.
yeah,
Hop in the ocean.
yeah, yeah. That's so rad. Yeah. The salt is like, I think, good for your skin, you know? So it's, salt water. Yeah. It's rad. Yeah. Yeah. I totally agree with you. Yeah.
When we had lunch the other day, you mentioned something that you like to do, which was, it was daily, but you like to try a new health idea.
Yeah.
Oh, can you kind of explain?
Yeah, absolutely. So basically, what I like to do is like try to do something new in health, every day. So like with that being said, like, you know, if it's trying a new like exercise, like I'll you know, like I'll do that. Or if it's something, you know, like a healthy food, I'll do that. You know, just a new healthy strategy. So I try to do that like once a day. And then by the end of the year, you got 365 different
Wow.
new strategies to improve your health, you know?
Sweet.
Yeah.
Right. And it's just this constant evolution,
Yeah.
you know, not getting stuck and
Right.
stagnant.
Sure.
Firm believer in there is no stagnant.
Right.
Or backward.
Right.
That's a good way to really put simple steps into place.
Yep.
To keep moving forward.
Yep.
It doesn't have to be this whole change your entire life.
Right.
It's super uncomfortable, you know, just one new thing.
Yeah.
I mean, everyone could do that.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And I like those very attainable steps that we could take as humans to just feel happier.
Yeah. I love that.
At the end of the day, like, who doesn't want to be joyful?
Yeah. So cool. Yeah. So rad.
Do you meditate at all?
I have done it before, you know, and I think it's good. I think it's good to kind of clear your mind, relax.
Yeah.
You know, I think prayer is a powerful thing, you know, and having faith, because in business it requires a lot of faith, you know? So I think what's really important is just to relax, pray, think about what you're going to do, you know, and just make sure you're on the right mission, you know? So I think that's really rad. I think it's super important.
Oh, prayer is like talking to God, whereas meditation is kind of listening to God. So I've been kind of playing with that idea. I personally, my morning routine is, I pray first thing in the morning,
Amazing.
meditate,
Yeah.
and it kind of, like you said, just really puts my mind in the right place to start the day. I love starting the day with prayer.
It's so cool.
Sets your intentions for the day.
Yeah.
Then you see these lessons throughout the day and you say, oh, I prayed for that earlier. And now I'm seeing kind of the lesson that is this uncomfortable situation. Or, you know, something that you might have had a negative response to, right? Turning it into something as a lesson, positive out.
Yeah.
So that's, I feel like we're on this kind of same idea of how so important.
Yeah.
Regardless of what God you believe in, it's just, and it's changed my life. I know that.
Yeah.
God is good.
God is good.
God is great. Come on. So awesome.
Right.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Jahno's been living with some fighters.
Oh, cool. All right. Well, that's interesting.
Yeah.
MMA. Tell them a little bit about your interests.
Interest in MMA? Yeah. Yeah, definitely. It's cool. My family's been into UFC like for years. Like I was watching UFC when I was probably like 6 years old, and so it became very natural, like, especially with hanging around with adults and seeing someone get kicked in the face, and it's like, yeah, your brain as a young kid, it's like, this is cool. So it's like that. It's like grown in me. Like I love to watch it. I love to train. I'm blessed to be a little bit athletic, and since training from a young age, it's as I've trained now. I've only had one like fight. Trying to keep my health and brain intact for now.
Right.
I love to focus on business, but I've developed good relationships with some pro fighters, and that's actually something that we've scheduled in this month. Is I'm going to go film people that I've trained with, you know, for free. Just like, hey, I'd love to. A couple of them have fights coming up, so I'm like, yeah, I want to film you and edit you a promo video, one for our portfolio, but like for you, like I think it'll look great for your page and hopefully get you some attention.
Wow.
But yeah, I love. Do you enjoy watching your fight MMA at all?
Well, I think it's a very interesting competitive sport, and
It's very
it's got,
interesting.
but it is has very interesting history.
Yeah.
You know, and you just hear like the great stories of underdogs who just kept on working. You know, I mean, you could talk about so many different amazing talented athletes out there to have continue to move forward and despite the challenges and overcome these things.
Yeah.
And you can look at like the Gracie family. They have a very rich history. And it's just just deep. And just disciplined and just it's really really great.
Yeah.
So so
And it's an art. It's really an art. And I can't speak on too much because I've only been in one fight, and it was, long story short, it was supposed to be for an official like kickboxing organization, but this is around COVID, and all sports, if you remember, all sports got canceled, and then they finally canceled mine. I was like, damn, been training for months, and so we, our friend, who's actually one of the co-hosts of the podcast that we help, his name is Ray Wilshire, and he came, should I Ray Wilshire? Go Flies, yeah. He came across this backyard fighting organization in LA.
yeah, squabbles.
Yeah, are you familiar?
I've been
Yeah.
I've been to a backyard squabble. Yep.
No way.
Yes, I have.
Were we there at the same time?
I don't know.
What? Why?
I don't know.
How? You just heard of it?
Yeah. So it was really interesting. Kind of like a friend, like mentor. His name is Mike Miller, and he shoots with like really interesting guys in hip hop. YG. He shot with him like Snoop and that, and Mike just invited me to go to a squabble match, and it was just something I've never seen before.
Yeah.
And I was there for the event. So
Energy when you're out of the backyards.
There. It was great energy.
It was fun to watch. Our buddy Ray actually was in two of them.
Yeah, he was in a grip.
oh my gosh.
Pull up the backyard squabbles.
Well, and we sold juice. You can check out that little logo, fungi juice.
Fungi juice.
Yeah.
I knew that feeling.
Yes. We would put lion's mane extract
Okay.
and make fresh juice at the event, like green and beet juice. Yeah, those got the juice.
Wow.
We
Okay.
paid for a little booth and sold juice at one of them.
Okay.
But that's crazy that you knew the event. It's like squabbles.
Yeah. Yeah.
But that's crazy.
Was the announcement.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
It was great.
Wow.
He got like Smokers Land Smoke Shop to sponsor the event,
Okay.
and they're
Okay.
local here at Costa Mesa.
Okay. Okay.
Damn, that's crazy.
Okay.
But yeah, it's that one time that I did fight, it was the experience. That whole week was probably the most calm I've been mentally.
Right.
It's like no worries, not worrying about work or like any home problems.
Yeah.
It was just so focused, not even nervous. I was surprised. I was like,
Right.
I could get knocked out, but like I'm not really thinking about that. But then once we were in and it was like 3, 2, 1, go, and it's like, oh, all the technique was out the door.
Oh
Like,
my
I should've
gosh.
kicked him probably 20 times. I didn't throw a single kick.
Oh,
Like-
okay. Okay.
Oh fuck.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. But it was a blast.
Oh, wow.
I would never go.
Yeah.
Never go into the ring. So
Yeah, it was a blast. It was a blast.
Wow.
Cool setup.
But I feel like, and this is kind of true in life, and I feel, when you're in the ring like that, and you let your emotions get to you, and you get really angry, you're at an inherent disadvantage compared to the person who's calm, cool, collected, looking for openings.
Right.
I'm not a fighter. I'm actually going to start training because I feel like it's good for the body,
Yeah.
good for the mind.
Good for the mind.
Kind of, humans have been fighting
Yeah.
since we're.
It's a different workout to put
Yeah.
yourself on the edge, where there's no like, 5 reps and I'm done. It's like, if I don't push, I will get hurt real bad. And that type of,
It's such a mental,
very mental.
physical, but I and believe.
Definitely, yeah.
So I'm all about trying to find different ways to fine tune
Yeah.
physical and mental
Do you exercise often?
Yeah, like every day. Yeah, so I think it's really important to just stay moving, you know? So just like, you know, whether it's going for a walk, you know, or just like, you know, going for a run, you know, surfing, you know, dumbbells, you know, just like, you know, push-ups, you know, just like anything you can do, skateboarding, get some cardio in there, ride a bike, you know, just like, you know, I just, try to stay moving, you know? Yeah.
Pretty rad surfer from what I've heard. I don't think I've ever like really seen you shred.
Oh, okay. Oh, I was like, like 12 or 13 when I started.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Awesome.
Anytime you want, just let me know. And I'll help you. Yeah, sure. Just let me know. Even if the conditions aren't the best, you can still go out there and just like put yourself in a heat scenario. Like, you know, a mentor of mine, Mike Estrada, told me, you know, sometimes he'll go out there even when the waves aren't the best, and then just go, okay, think about it. Like, I'm in heat. How do I win? You know? And so he can kind of just like, you know, kind of navigate and just like, even if it's a short, you know, period of time, and then just try to surf well. Yeah.
In heat. I like that.
Mental reps. That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, because dude, if I feel like my weakness for surfing is definitely power.
Okay.
Right? So
Yeah.
that technique, like if I don't have the right technique, I'm just working.
Yeah.
Not getting anywhere. And
Right.
by the time I get out, I'm exhausted.
Right.
One of those things where it exhausts me.
Right. Right.
It's such a good workout.
Such a great workout. Yeah, it's so good. For sure. Definitely. Yeah.
You reading any good books?
I read every day. So
Yeah.
yeah. So, oh my gosh, let's see here. In the morning I read a classic. So I'm reading the Selfish. Well, here's how I read. In the morning I read a classic, and then around like lunch I read like about business, and then before I go to sleep I'll read like a biography. But yeah,
I love that. That's
yeah.
I'm systems.
Yeah, system.
Might as well. If it's productive and kind and positive, might as well.
What do you consider
know?
a classic? Is it nonfiction or?
Books that have just stood the test of time.
Okay.
So, you know, it could be anything. You know, it could be, you know, just like anything. Well, that one I feel like is a little bit fairly new. I think so, but I'm talking like, you know, like reading something like Aristotle or like, you know, I'm trying to think, you know, just some like old books about America, Thomas Paine, and you know, just rad books that have just, you know, continued to move forward.
Chairs.
No, I do have a biography of Tom Checks.
That's the power.
Yeah, I am reading one right now. Yes, yes.
It's the reasoning behind the sequence, the classic, and business and biography.
Yeah. So basically, when you wake up in the morning, you know, it's important to kind of clear your head. So finding a good book that has offered value throughout time is really important, because then you kind of start the day right on like sound principles that have, you know, continued to echo throughout history. So starting out that way, I think, is pretty beneficial, you know? So yeah.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
That's sweet.
Classic.
Rad. So cool. Rad. Yeah.
Because those aren't necessarily talking about modern day. I mean, they can apply the
Right.
field, but you know, they're not talking about digital media or how to increase your profit margins or something that you might write in more of a new business plan.
Right.
I feel like if you start your morning off with a business book, you know, it might, for me,
Right.
it could just make anxious.
Yeah.
Something about it. Starting your day off with numbers.
Right. I feel you.
Grounding. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. I totally feel you. Yeah.
Did that come through trial and error, or did you have someone say, "Hey, this is what I did, and here's a good idea"?
Yeah, absolutely. So I've just been doing like online lessons, learning from mentors, and, you know, and put those lessons together and just, you know, decided that that's what I was going to do. So, you know, that's the order that I do it. So yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
That's quite a world we live in, where you can just go online and take a college level course,
Right.
next to nothing.
Yeah. For sure. Yeah.
Serious.
Definitely.
Definitely there.
Yeah.
You familiar with any AI tools, ChatGPT specifically?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was at a bookstore yesterday, and this guy's like, "Did you try ChatGPT?" I was like, "What?" JK. Actually, I think my friend Michael showed me this beforehand, and I tried to get access to it, but I couldn't for some reason. I think the site wasn't loading, but I got to see it in action yesterday,
Oh, great.
and it was very interesting.
Mind blown.
Yeah,
Your first time really seeing it yesterday?
yeah.
Wow.
I got to see a syllabus get rendered in seconds.
Yeah.
It's like, it's pretty interesting. So, yeah.
You've done some incredible things with it for sure. I'd actually like to share with you. I'll send you kind of the prompt after this, but
Yeah.
something we've applied to our media creation is we watched this YouTube video just how to produce more content.
Okay.
And it was like instead of volume, and it starts with having pillars.
Right.
Instead of trying to go out and create, ideate from just out of nowhere.
Right.
There's these pillars, 9 pillars. I should remember them by now.
Okay.
But it goes of like belief shifts, facts, myth,
Okay.
sales, all those pillars. So having those 9 pillars and then understanding what are your topics. And so what we've put in, I have this code that will just like plug and play.
Right.
It's please write me 3 to 5 topics around these 9 pillars, and I list them around the subject, and then enter. So it would be like around the subject MMA or coffee shop.
Yeah.
And then it'll go.
Yeah.
It'll be like
that's really interesting.
1 facts, 5 topics of this, belief shifts, 5 topics, and then we can pull and we go, great, write me a script for TikTok script, pillar 1, topic 5, and be like, great, here's a topic, boom, and it's down to the wire of like fade in. It's in parentheses, fade into a cup of coffee, and then line, say this, and then transition to this. And it's like within seconds, we just produced these scripts of like content ideas.
Yeah.
And it's not perfect right now. It's still so super early.
Yeah.
But it gives you a base to start where it probably would have took you an hour at least.
Okay.
And now it's in 30 seconds.
Epic.
It's incredible. Yeah.
You can edit it.
You can edit.
All in one, right?
Yeah.
For us, I feel it's important when it's a volume, the question of how much content can we produce, right? It's nice to have that base and say, well, I mean, I kind of like what it says here, but let's change it.
Right.
So we want to be sure to still have that unique human element to creating, where we don't want the computer to just do everything for us.
Yes.
So I think it's important, especially in today's day and age, to use the tools, the cutting edge tools that are available. Yeah. What are your opinions on it?
Oh, wow. That's so interesting. Like everything you both just said was just so interesting. It's so innovative. It's a really interesting age that we live in, and I think it's exciting. And I think AI can be the solution to a lot of different things. I do have concerns about it. Yeah. But like you said, like you just going back and proofreading some of the things that the AI was generating for you, I think that's what's super important, because like humans are going to have to refine the AI process to make sure that it is good and humanistic. And I think we can never, ever, ever lose the humanistic element of who we are, because, love and, passion brings us together to do great things, you know? And so I think AI should be supplemental and, not taken away from, the humanistic elements of our experiences that are good, Yeah.
Yeah, I heard this, not the exact words, but it was around like AI taking jobs. And it was an interesting perspective. It wasn't necessarily AI taking people's jobs, where some cases it will, like truck driving. But it was more of people that can utilize AI will take the jobs of those who can't, because they're just able to do things much better. Like for us, we had it code, like write us the code for Pong, the little game.
Whoa.
And it wrote it in Python code.
Wow.
Straight up. And yeah,
It's right there.
yeah, right there.
What?
Quick, start the game.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Oh my
It was
gosh.
like 30
Wow.
seconds, yeah.
Wow.
In terms of, GPT specifically, it's the quality of the question. And so people can say like, oh, all coding jobs are gone. It's like, no, we don't know the right questions to ask that someone who's been in coding for 10 years would ask. He would be very intricate with the question, where it's like, I don't even, code. Yeah.
Wow.
Like, yeah, sure, you can have this tool that can code at a graduate level coding. if I don't know what questions to ask it,
Right.
basically like using Google.
Yeah, same thing.
Like finding the right context.
Yeah,
Essentially. Okay. Got it. Okay.
It's to be very specific what you asked it.
Right.
So I think that in itself is kind of a skill and that you can grow.
Yeah.
How to use these tools. I always used to say, because my dad's actually a teacher.
Yeah.
I always used to say, do you ever think about doing a lesson on how to use Google? Because I feel like that would be very important for kids to know how to use Google.
Right.
With it being a universal, very powerful tool. So it's, I mean, even myself, I find myself asking Google just the most broad
Anything.
things and getting a bunch of crap.
Right.
Whereas if you ask the tool specific what you need and filter it from Google Scholar and whatnot, you can better utilize the tool. And I think, just knowing how to use these tools is going to be a huge learning curve for.
Yeah.
Because that's where the human element kind of comes in, to be able to use the tool to paint a picture, essentially.
Whoa. Cool. I like it. I like where you're going with that. That's rad. Yeah.
Caught up kind of in between the whole, human versus computer.
Yeah.
Oh, the long run.
Yeah. It's an interesting relationship. Yeah. For sure. Yeah.
Time will tell.
I think we just use it for good,
Yeah.
Use everything for positivity and greatness and making the world a better place for everyone, right? Like, I think that's what we should do,
That's what we're doing.
love our neighbor as herself,
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, but sitting here on with these microphones and the camera.
Yep.
We're on right.
Yeah, that's so cool.
In hopes that someone will watch this moment again and again,
Right.
and maybe get bits and pieces from it. And so, I think we have similar missions, and I'm hyped that we're coming together.
Yeah, this is great.
It's just a start.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
So cool. Yeah. Yeah.
So, is there anything you want to bring up while we're still on the?
Well, do you both have any more questions for me? Like, do you want me to, talk about anything to help you guys, or help any of your endeavors that you're working on?
Sure. I guess you talk about the systems.
Mm-hmm.
What are some of the key systems that you have put in place? That just in terms of communication, and also maybe the service that you provide clients. Just touch on that.
Yeah. So I think we're all different. So it's for me to just say okay, the same thing's going to work over and over again won't necessarily be true, because everybody kind of has their own different style, has their own different, approach, because we're all, designed unique. So basically it's really important to find the best thing for who you're trying to help. I think is number one. And then you can go back to the principles that you learned from mentors, from friends, from good resources that will help you, and then apply them to helping others. So that's what's really important. There's a lot of great people you can learn from. I'm here. You can call or text me if you have any questions about anything. And I'm just I'd love to help you guys out if you guys have any questions about anything, in your businesses. So, yeah.
So when you are going into a business and they tell you, okay, I want this, I want this, I want this.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have kind of plays, if you will, to kind of use a sports metaphor, or systems that you say, okay, guys, we need this website built, and we need this content produced, and we need a couple search engine optimization blogs, or however you do it. Do you have these things laid out as templates and kind of behind the scenes assets that your team can kind of use as guides or step by step on how to do this? And if you onboard a new employee,
right,
is there something that you use to teach them how your company works? And
Yeah.
what is that kind of what you're hinting at as the systems in place?
Yeah, that's so cool, like everything you mentioned. But like basically it's kind of working with new partnerships. We kind of start with like the social media marketing, the SEO, pay-per-click, web design, event management, videography, photography, as well as data analytics. So that's kind of like our game plan initially, And so by offering those services, we just want them to, walk away with just, an amazing experience. We want them to have like, amazing assets after, and that's going to give them great LTV for their customers and then great brand longevity. Because it's a great investment into growing their brand for the long run. Yeah, in a positive way, and yeah, for sure. And like you mentioned, like the training and onboarding for employees, so important. So like basically like we're talking about AI and that's all great, but like pretty much like the human aspect is so important. So like everyone's different, but the thing is like I love interviewing like my prospective team and seeing what they're about, and then just working with them. What do you want to do? What are your what are you interested in? Like focusing like on them and what they want to accomplish, and then help give them like it kind of sets me up to how I can help better serve them.
Yeah.
So and then just like saying, okay, well okay, you're interested in marketing, then let's try this. Okay, are you interested in like Instagram, Facebook, TikTok? Are you interested in videography? Are you interested in like in photography? Like, all right, let me try to get you the projects that are going to be best for you. So that's what I really like doing. Yeah. I love doing that. I love getting people projects that they really enjoy.
Yeah.
That gets me stoked.
You kind of touched on this philosophy, Gary Vee.
Yeah.
Switches it up and says like, they don't work for you, like you work for them. Right? You serve your employees, your team. And I think that's something for sure that Sam and I, need to, we only have like a team of two including us, and well, 4 including us. Yeah. But I think that's something that we can definitely work on. It's more of like, where's your strength and what do you want to do so that we can set you up instead of us like, we need this done. I think that's how our approach has been for sure. Yeah.
It's very enlightening.
Yeah. It's a good perspective shift.
Yeah. I mean, deadlines are really important. Like you want to make sure that you have like, okay, like we got to get this done, and you got to be firm, but that's not to say you can't totally help them along the way and give them the resources to do an excellent job, because that's what you want them to do. You want them to grow every day they're with you. You want them to be set up for success more and more every day, because you're investing in people.
Yeah.
You want them, especially in this day and age when it's super competitive, you want to make sure that they're equipped and they're growing. So I really believe in that.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Well,
Yeah.
good foundation.
Yes.
Just excited to
Yes.
excited to come. I'm going to learn something at work.
Boom.
Yeah.
Yes.
In property management for the past 2 years. And before that, I knew nothing about property management. And so for me, it was exciting to come into work and learn. It was like I was getting paid to learn.
That's so cool.
And so setting up those environments sounds like something we need to work on.
Definitely.
And we're going to carry with us.
I love that. It's so cool. It's great, man. So cool. Yeah.
I wanted to dive deep into like the strategy and tactics specifically, but from your responses, it's a very like top level and grounded perspective, and it kind of like threw my thoughts away of getting deep into the tactics, because at the end of the day it's trial and error and doing at the end of the day what's best for the client, and even backing up like what's best for our team,
right?
What's best for each individual employee. And so like now that I think from that space, the tactics, although they're important, it kind of just doesn't matter as much. And I just don't even want to ask you, because I've gotten that, what is it, like that key golden nugget. It's like, no, like it's not about like how are you doing this exactly, like what are you doing on ads, like what are you clicking. It's just like, look, if you can focus on providing the client value and take care of your people, the rest of the shit you're gonna figure out. Like AI is there, Google's there, you're gonna figure it out, like trial and error. At least that's what I get from you for sure. It's just like very top level perspective. I think is really valuable. It's cool.
Yeah, like focusing like on who you're working with is so important. So like it's super important just to like have their best interests and work with them and help them grow. Yeah, for sure.
Simple.
So
Simple.
so
That's awesome for sure.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, that's all the questions I had. Do you have any questions for us?
well, so where do you guys want to be? Oh, excuse me. In 5 years?
5 years?
Yeah.
Go ahead, Sam.
Where do I want to be physically, mentally?
All of it.
I want to look back and say I've done my best. And speed bumps come along the way. I've heard so many stories of someone doing their best and creating great success and then losing it all. Creating great success again and then losing it all. So I really just want to be proud of the decisions and the way I spent the past 5 years. For me, obviously it'd be nice to have nice house, nice car, family, that whole thing. But I've kind of let go of control at this point. I'm just trying to try my best in each moment. And so if I can look back and say I've tried my best and I want to be physically healthy, I go to the gym, I work out. So I'd like for over the next 5 years to not be shown, in my appearance. I'd like to have our business, Clipscribe Media, still be around, still be relevant.
Yeah.
Still putting my all into it.
Yeah.
Having that as my passion. And I think that's something that this is something that will fulfill me. Like kind of you mentioned, helping other people fulfill their dreams.
Yes.
Is very fulfilling to me.
So cool. Yeah.
If I can help the local mechanic create more business for him, and I can see that smile on his face, and he says, dude, I've never had this much.
Yeah.
And now I have all this online content.
Yep.
I'm a personality, and now I love thinking in terms of the future generations, right? Now his great grandkids are going to be able to watch the videos and say, that's what my grandpa looked like.
Yeah.
The values he had. And if I could help someone do that,
Yeah.
that for me would be amazing.
Yeah.
Just truly putting my energy into helping others is where I would like to be in 5 years. I know starting small and starting locally is very important, but eventually I would like to help others globally.
Yeah.
And so that I don't know if 5 years is gonna happen in 5 years, but
Give it time. And you're growing every day. Just keep it consistent. You'll do great things. Yeah.
Said hard things take time. Impossible things take a little longer.
Wow.
Yeah, glad.
Wow.
Just try to stay on a consistent path that I can be proud of.
Yeah. That's great. It's great.
Yeah, sure. I think in terms of fulfillment in the business, a lot of things that you touched on. I feel like it's cool that Sam and I have come together, knowing each other for like 6th grade, 7th grade, however long that's been now, maybe
Over 10 years.
10 years now. It's not away. Oh, close to 7 years.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm in 6th grade.
Yeah.
That's super.
Oh shit.
That's so
Decade. Yeah. And
That's so cool.
we've had a couple little business ideas that we've tried to launch, and this seems it makes the most sense. We've grown in the past couple of years and really developed our skills and what we're good at. Now we're coming together. It's a good contrast. Like you said, creating content that can create results and make someone's business or brand succeed is very fulfilling. As of now, I've been doing videos, and even just having them get like some little results, whatever it is that they care about, is fulfilling. But to answer your question, 5 years, I expect to be married and have a kid at that time, and obviously wanting to provide for them and take care of them, and it all starts with my work, my career. And I think the past 5 years, I've really dug into e-commerce and media.
Yes.
And for the next 5 years, we're just gonna get better.
Yes.
And that's really it. I think, there's nothing specific that we can really predict that will come from this. It's just,
Right.
as like you said, as long as we focus on serving the people and building our team, that's really all that matters. But yeah, that's one of the big things too, that to add on, is I've always wanted to have a team. It's just very fulfilling.
Yeah.
We played football with each other.
Right.
You have people that have your back and you have theirs, and that's what it's all about. Yeah.
Community.
Community.
Nice. That's great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One
Yeah.
more thing about
Yeah.
5 years.
Yeah.
I am very much in tune with, and I'm trying to work on it every day, but my connection with my higher power.
Yeah.
So for God's will to be shown to me clearer and clearer every day is very important to me.
Mm-hmm.
It's not about what I want.
Mm-hmm.
It's me trying to act with God's will in mind. So that being
Wow. It's
that
powerful,
being,
Sam.
that being clear to me, where I'm at right now, I can only, I can't even imagine in 5 years what that's going to look like.
Yeah.
If I continue this day by day.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's second by second, right? It's just, so that's a
Yeah.
very important thing to me.
Every day, just have faith and keep moving forward.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely. You're not alone. No one's ever alone. So we always just have to come together, and help each other. Yeah.
So
For sure.
Let's bounce it back. Where do you
By
see-
yourself.
Oh my gosh. I think hopefully in 5 years, I'm just traveling and just, serving people all around the world and just making the world a better place and always having great positive relationships with my family and friends and community. Always.
Awesome.
So yeah.
AXP International.
AXP
International.
Yep.
Baby.
Yep.
Awesome.
Yeah. Totally.
Well, cool,
Totally.
man. It was such a pleasure.
Pleasure
Good
meeting
to
you.
meet you.
We really
So good.
enjoyed
Such a
ourselves.
pleasure.
So good to meet you. So good to see you again.
It was a great
we go.